We are still on algebra of polynomials, dividing polynomials. We are going to look at how we can divide one polynomial by another using synthetic division in this video. We will consider 3 good examples. So with the first one, we are dividing 2x cubed minus x squared minus 5x plus 6 by x minus 1. Dividing one polynomial by another polynomial. So with synthetic division, we write out the coefficient of the polynomial, that is the dividend. So the coefficients are 2, -1, -5, and 6. Then we write out the a value. Remember, x minus a. So the a value is 1. We write it here. We draw a horizontal line beneath it. We drop these 2 here. That is, since there's no number here at the moment, it is assumed to be 0. So 2 plus 0 is 2. Next, times 1 by 2, and that will give you 2. Write the result under -1. Add -1 and 2. That will give you 1. Next, you have to add. We have to multiply 1 by 1 again. That will give you 1. Write it under the -5. Add -5 and 1 to get -4. Multiply 1 by -4. That will give you -4. Add 6 and -4. That will give you 2. So this result here is the remainder. And the result here is the quotient. The resulting numbers here, 2, 1, -4, will give us the coefficient of the quotient, 2x squared. Remember, the degree reduced by 1, 2x squared minus 2x squared plus x minus 4. So it means that when you divide 2x cubed minus x squared minus 5x plus 6 by 2x by x minus 1, the result is 2x squared plus x minus 4 plus the remainder, which is 2 over x minus 1, which is the divisor. Let's look at another example. So this time we need to be careful because the divisor is having a coefficient more than 1. So how do we do that? First, we begin by writing out the coefficient. So we are dividing 2x cubed minus 3x squared minus 8x minus 3 by 2x plus 1. So dividing one polynomial by another polynomial. Dividing polynomials. So we write out the coefficients: 2, -3, -8, -3. Then this time the a value, you have to be careful. We factor 2 out, so we get x plus 1 over 2. So the a value will be, so this can be written as 2 into bracket x minus -1 over 2. So the a value in this case is -half. So you put -half here. So we draw a line under it and drop the 2 here. Negative half times 2 is negative 1. Negative 3 plus negative 1 is negative 4. Negative half times negative 4 is positive 2. Negative 8 plus 2 is negative 6. Negative half times negative 6 is positive 3. Negative 3 plus 3 is 0. So the remainder is 0. The quotient, this time we have to be careful because we inflated this by 2. The quotient is also inflated by 2. In other words, we factored 2 here, so we have to factor 2 out of the resulting numbers here. So when you factor 2 out, you get 1, negative 2, then you get negative 3. So the quotient is actually x squared minus 2x minus 3. That's the quotient. So when we divide a polynomial, the result is, so let me write the result here. So 2x cubed minus 3x squared minus 8x minus 3 divided by 2x plus 1 is equal to x squared minus 2x minus 3. So that is the result. 0 over 2x plus 1 is still 0. Now let's look at one last example. We are dividing polynomials. Dividing this polynomial by this polynomial. So we write out the coefficient. We have 4, we have 8, we have negative 7, we have negative 17, we have negative 6. Synthetic division of polynomials. So we write out the R value. So this time 2, this one can be written as 2 outside x minus 1 over 2. So the a value x minus a, the a values is 1 over 2. Now we drop the 4 here. Half times 4 is 2. 8 plus 2 is 10. Half times 10 is 5. Negative 7 plus 5 is negative 2. Half times negative 2 is negative 1. Negative 17 plus negative 1 is negative 18. Half times negative 18 is negative 9. Negative 6 plus negative 9 is negative 15. So this is the remainder, negative 15. And the quotient, we have to factor. So 2 here, 5 here. Then we have negative 1 here, negative 9. So the quotient is actually 2x exponent 3. Remember, it will reduce by a factor of 1. The degree reduced by 1. So plus 5x squared minus x minus 9. That's the quotient. So we can write it out like this. When we divide 4x exponent 4 plus 8x exponent 3 minus 7x exponent 2 minus 17x minus 6 by 2x minus 1. The result is the quotient, which is 2x cubed plus 5x squared minus x minus 9 plus the remainder, which is negative 15 over 2x minus 1. Or you can just simplify it by writing minus 15 over 2x minus 1. Thank you so much for joining us to perform the division of polynomials, dividing one polynomial by another using synthetic division. You can check out the other videos on cubic functions, remainder and factor theorems, zeros of a polynomial function. Thank you. See you in the next video.